In today's video, I'm going to show you a very awesome software that I have been using to create lessons for my children. Now, I'm a homeschooling parent and I absolutely just love creating them customized lessons that builds on their skill level, but also at the same time, not a pain for me to actually get them to do the work. Now, this tool is also for you if you are a teacher. It's not just homeschooling parents. This is just a really amazing software to create lessons. It's going to simplify your life. Before I dive into this video to show you exactly how EdCafe can simplify your life as a homeschooling parent and as a teacher, my name is Joy Nicholson and welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about helping you to simplify your life, make it easy, run things on automation so you actually have time for your loved ones. And if you're a business or you want to start a side hustle, then this channel is also for you because I've got some really great videos that can do a lot of amazing things in your business for you, and especially run everything on automation so you've got more time to spend with your loved ones. All right, let's dive into this. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Let me show you how EdCafe looks inside. This is very exciting. To access EdCafe, you go to app.edcafe.ai and you can create yourself a free subscription that you can test everything before you even have to pay for it. And no, it is not expensive. I'm going to show you the pricing structure here. You can actually do a lot for free. And then you pay $7.99 a month. It's billed annually, but even then it adds up. I mean, if you consider how much curriculums cost, this is nothing. And now you're going to create custom curriculums for your children. It is the best way to get them engaged in their lessons. Trust me, we've been homeschooling for almost 5 years. It makes life so much easier when they're engaged in custom lessons. And then there's a premium, which this is also, I'm on the premium version, so I can do a lot more. And you know what, quite honestly, it is just really worth the money. But again, you can get away for free. And as you go, you can play with it and you can see, oh, you know what, this is actually amazing. I might want to upgrade. Anyway, so let's get into the whole structure of how EdCafe works. So as you can see in here, you can do quizzes, flashcards, side decks, teaching resources, and you can plan your lessons and you can do chatbots. I haven't played with chatbots yet, but I have seen some videos and it looks really amazing that you can do this, but I'm not going to dive into the chatbot session. This video is specifically to show you what you can do in a sense of creating your children custom lessons. So I'm going to go to create new, and there you've got your options. So you can see slide deck, teaching resources, lesson plan, and then you've got the teaching or learning materials. So you can do chatbots, flashcards, AI image, AI speech, summary note, and reading activity. And then you've got your assessments, which is quiz, YouTube quiz, and then assignment grader. So this is the thing as well. You want to make sure that when your children learn something, they actually know the answers, and simple quizzes really do that. So for now, I'm going to go to lesson plan for this purpose of this video example. And I'm going to say, you know what, let's say we want to learn about the solar system. I'm not going to do crazy things. We're just going to keep it simple. Additional instructions is I'm going to say my child is very active and a visual learner. Keep it simple. On the right-hand side, it is a little button. It says snippet. So there you can say what type of learner this is, and you can create a snippet based on that, and you can call the snippet, I'm just going to say type of learner. Now, obviously, you know the learning type of your children. If you are homeschooling, if you're a teacher in a class, it might be a little bit more difficult, but there is a whole bunch of those things. I'm not going to go into the technical side of that. And then you can say online resources, search Google for lesson resources. So obviously the more resources you have to create these lessons, the better. And then there's the standard option. So you can say IB, national standards, etc., whatever standard you are on, or you can just leave it blank. And then the language output is a whole bunch of languages. This is really cool. I'm Afrikaans as my first language, and to Afrikaans is pretty cool because it's not a language that is spoken a lot. Speaking English delicious, spoken around a lot in the world, so it's very cool to see. Anyway, side note, generate lesson plan. Now it's going to create a lesson based on your child's activity level, what I've specifically said there, and the solar system. So it takes a few minutes to create the lesson. Explore the solar system with movement and models. So learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to identify and describe each major planet and the order of the sun, vocabulary, a sun, planet, orbit, gravity, What I have not mentioned is the age. So where you have the objectives there in the beginning, you can say that it's for a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old or an 8-year-old, and it should customize it according to that. And now you can see there's some really cool resources here. So you've got online article about planets, what a planet is. I'm not going to click into these resources now because obviously you can see it is opening the whatever resource it goes to. And then you've got lesson procedure. Open, hook, activity, facing, student, lineup, replay, place a planet name cards, all the colored balls labeled mixed, So it goes into the details. Then you've got the guided lesson, etc., etc. It's really cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save this, and I'm just going to call it Solar System Lesson, and I'm going to put it in my library. I'm just going to do it under tutorial folder. I don't want the whole world to see it. So you can obviously share it with people that also use EdCafe. Or you can just say, no, I don't want to share my lessons. I'm just going to keep it private. But like we like to share homeschooling families and all. So we're making it public so everybody can see it if they want to. All right. And then this basically gives you the videos as well, which is really cool. So you've got videos as well that you can go and watch on that. So it's obviously just YouTube videos. So you don't have to go very far for that. So now the other thing that you can do, let me just go back up again. You can export this into Google Docs. I'm not going to do that now. It's going to give me problems with sharing the screen. But you can export that into Google Docs. You can edit it. If you feel like, you know what, this needs to be a little bit better, or you want to spice it, you want to redo things, you can do that. You can highlight this, especially if you want to print it out for your kids, right? You might want to add some lines in, whatever. But this does make life so much easier. Just got changes. You can share that with somebody. You can do copy the link. So this is for people that's inside EdCafe. You can share it like that. You can even create a QR code that people can scan and access the lessons, which I think is so cute. And then you can translate, rename, edit description, move, clone, etc. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do on here. So that's one way to do it. So now we saved this lesson. So I'm going to go back to home. You can see now I created the lesson there. Now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to say create new, and I want to create, let's say, some flashcards. Flashcards is a fun way to learn. So I'm going to stick with the term solar system. Let's just stick to that theme for now. And you can also, you can see here, there's text, there's web pages, whatever. So this is if you actually have things to share or you want to upload some files. So if you, for example, already have things on the solar system or web pages or whatever, then you can put that all in here and it will use that information. So now here we're going to say we want the type of flashcards. So we want, for example, question answer, vocabulary, true or false, fill in a blank. So I think for flashcards, the question and answer, my kids like that. That's question and answer ones. So the front, we want a clear focused question. The back is focus accuracy. And option Y, blah, blah, blah. All right, so you can choose there what you want to do. I'm just going to keep it as a default. And then the number of cards, let's say we want 5 cards for the purpose of this video. Add image to the card, or add image later, or automatically add to the front. Because let's think about this. You want the side of the picture to be where the answer is not. Okay, so one clear focus questions. So that is on the front. And let's make the front then where the picture goes. And let's go, oops, I didn't select it. All right, let's go. Because I was in that block, so it expected me to put something in there. All right, and there we go. Bob's your uncle. Let's see what it creates. So that's pretty cute little cards. What is the solar system and what major components does it have? The solar system is I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can see that this is very cute. And then what you can do is you can even edit that and you can choose other. Look at that. It automatically comes up with all of this of the solar system. I think that is so cool. And then you can create an AI image. So for example, the sun in a Pixar style, just for the purpose of this example. And I want it to look like a digital painting. Naughty saying Pixar, but you guys know Pixar, kids love that type of thing. Okay. And then it creates a sun like that. So that's a bit crazy. We're not going to use that, but you get what I'm saying. Or you can upload pictures if you already have images. So I'm just going to say this one, I like that card. and then it actually gives the answer. Again, you can add the image or upload it, or you can search for one, or you can create your own image in there, which is really cool. All right, and then you can just go through all of this and you can edit them. If you want to, you can say, okay, I really didn't like that picture. Let me see what other picture is. Oh, this is a cool picture. And then you can change it out. And so you can carry on. And you can even add more cards. And there, which is a really cool little function, it's got a voice there. And this voice can go through and talk to your children on this if you want to do that.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
And you can just go and select one, and this voice can go through the cards with you. Then you can save that. So I'm going to call it flashcards and save. And obviously you can select a library where you want to save it into. And you can have your different children in different libraries. And this is when it basically looks done. It's completed. So now you have the words there, and you have
The solar system consists of the sun, 8 planets, Mercury to Neptune.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're going to hear the voice there with my recording, but then you also have the assignment, and then this is again where the student can scan the code, or you can copy the link and email them to them, or messages them, or they can just come and do it on your laptop or their own iPads or laptops or whatever. And again, you can PDF this, you can do a PowerPoint, you can do all kinds of things with this. And again, you can edit, you can rename, you can move. So it really gives you a lot of leeway to custom the lessons and make it more simple. But there you go. So that's basically in a nutshell EdCafe. I'm not going to go into all of this. This video is going to get very long. I really encourage you to get the free version and play with it. Have fun with it. Because you can customize the lessons. Personally, what I would do with my children is I would customize it based on their interest, and I would make sure that they have a level of spelling, grammar, comprehension, math, all kinds of things that's embedded in the lessons. For example, their math can be like how far is the sun from the moon, or the moon from the earth, or whatever that is. And they might have a little comprehension put together paragraph. For example, Susan wants to go to the moon, and they go to NASA and whatever else, and just make it up as you go. And again, you can get those stories created using the software. So it's very cool. And then obviously from that, they have to get out spelling and grammar and all kinds of comprehension. So this is EdCafe. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Follow for more videos like this, or even if you want to learn how to create a side hustle, you can do that too on this channel. My name is Joy Nicholson. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed.